Hello everybody, in today's video I'll be doing a walkthrough of all the builds that Sunlit Valley has. Like, if you go to the quests, go to the build shop, you have all these options, and I'll basically be going through every single style. For instance, like the farmhouse, I'll go over through the Tudor, then the barn, and then the other barn and whatnot, and then just kind of go through like the styles because it's kind of like all laid out down the way. The reason why I'm making it is because like in the preview, you can't really see like the above layers. You can only like see the bottom and do a walkthrough. So figured I'd make this video. And actually placing all these builds down, I've noticed that some of them are worth more than the others in a way. So stick around to find out what I mean. So starting out, the first thing you guys will all be able to get cheaply is going to be the farmhouse, because as long as you finish this line down here and get the construction thing, you just need 64 cobblestone, 10 fire logs, and then you can choose any of the farmhouses. If you want more in the future, you can come to the building shop, and right here is farmhouses, and you have to make sure that this is checkmarked, because for some reason it doesn't let you buy, I don't think. We'll go ahead and do the Tudor style. And as long as you had this stuff, you'll be able to get it. So we'll just do complete instantly. But you would have to do it like, click, then submit the cobblestone, and same thing with the fire logs. And then you'll get the blueprint. How the blueprint works is you can just look on the ground or wherever and press right click. And then you'll get your build to appear. If you press right click one more time, you can see stuff. Now, sometimes there will be a glitch where it will not appear. So what you can do is press either reload, rotate left, rotate, and there will be a chance that it will pop up. Then just press reload. Just click those buttons a few times if it's, you don't see it. To move it around, you can do it a couple of ways. You can, look on the ground and kind of like move it like this, or you can hold control. And now you can see there is like all these pans, right? So I could just look on this one, hold control, and then I could use the scroll wheel and you can move it in that axis, right? Same thing. You can move it on the other one. And it's a bit hard to hit the top one. So you'll just have to come inside and then you can like lower the X and Y. Some other settings to look at. Again, you have that rotate. You have the reset rotation. You have rotate right. And then funny enough, you can like mirror it. So you can like flip it upside down if you wanted to. You can hold shift with the scroll wheel and then you can see there's a percentage. If you scroll up, the house becomes more transparent and then you can see, better through it. You can go all the way to 100%. Or I could just go back to the normal build. And whenever you're ready, you just press the start build button and it will just go all out and build it for you. Now you do have to be careful. Sometimes that build will drop some of the items. So maybe just run through just in case to see if anything has fallen over. For instance, like ropes in some of the builds tend to fall off. So that's something to look out for. And for all the farmhouses that we're going to be looking over, they cost 8 iridium coins or 32,768 gold, 512 cobblestone, and 40 fire logs or equals to 240 logs. For all of the deluxe barns, they cost 20 iridium coins or 81,920 gold, 256 stone bricks, 40 fire logs or equals to 240 logs, and they all come standard with 4 feeding troughs. So technically speaking, if you were to buy feeding troughs, it's like you're really buying the build for 16 iridium coins and not the 20. For the barns, they cost 4 iridium coins or 16,384 gold, 128 stone bricks, 20 fire logs or 120 logs. 2 feeding troughs are included, so technically speaking, you're paying 2 iridium coins for the build. For the coop, it costs 2 iridium coins or 8,192 gold, 64 stone bricks, 10 fire logs or 60 logs, and you should be getting 1 feeding trough in each one, but for this one, you're getting 2 feeding troughs. So, technically speaking, it's like you're just paying the stone and the fire logs for this whole build if you were already gonna buy feeding troughs. So this is what I meant by some of the builds are worth more than the others. For the small shed, it costs 4 gold coins or 2,048 coins, 64 stone bricks, 10 fire logs or 60 logs. For the large shed, it costs 4 iridium coins or 16,384 coins, 256 stone bricks, 40 fire logs or 240 logs. For the Prismarine barn, it's the only barn that has 3 feeding troughs in it instead of 2. So it's like you're really paying 1 iridium for this build. So if you like this style and you don't mind buying some feeding troughs and you want like a building for it, well, this might be an option. The Alpine Deluxe Farm. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite builds from them. I love the open design of, the farming pins just out there, and then you kind of see inside through any of the angles. Kind of reminds me of like a gazebo or something like that. Alrighty, guys. So, as much as I like to make fun of Entrana stuff and how they look, because they're very blocky and like only really looks like it would work in the desert, but this is another coop that has two feeding troughs in it. So, technically, all you're really paying is the 64 stone bricks and 10 fire logs or 60 logs. And it's pretty spacious. So, I might actually get some of these if you're already going to buy some feeding troughs. Because remember, the coops are two iridium coins and you get two feeding troughs with this. So again, you're just paying the material cost. The Mason Farmhouse. Now, I may be a bit partial because this is the one I chose, but just comparison to the size of the other ones, the fact that you can get this one practically for free and you get the most space out of it, for me, I really liked it. Now, I did forget to mention, for instance, this one, the Mason Deluxe Farm. You can see that some of the glass panels are broken, and that's not intended. For me, like, I thought it was, but it is not. It is the blueprint. So, like, when you're placing it down, it does break. So, if you have Silk Touch or you just want to, like, cheat it and break it and then replace it, up to you. And yes, I did break this down just to see if something was inside of it. You can hollow it out and build something, but it's going to be pretty small. Now, the Mason Shed is actually one of my favorite ones, just because if you want to become like a slime rancher or whatnot, or as long as you're using the sophisticated like chest or whatnot with the magnet, the inside is almost perfect. You can place a chest on that beam, just break a block and place it in there, and it's basically the middle of the building. The only problem is the one of the walls are a bit too big by 2 blocks, but other than that, perfect. Alrighty, guys. Well, that is the video. Let me know down in the comments which one you guys like the most. Personally, I like the Mason and the Alpine quite a bit. The Entrana is kind of like whatever. It's something. And then the uh, Prismarine is actually pretty good too. But I do plan on building maybe a little bit of everything with all of them just to see and test out. Because again, you can always make different like locations with different types of wood and material. I'll see you guys in the next one. Good night, God bless, and goodbye.